television highlights of the news of yesteryear.
In shipyard at Quincy, Massachusetts, 1923, stands skeleton-like structure of incompleted battle cruiser Lexington. Though almost half-finished, gigantic vessel is doomed to scrap heap by worldwide naval arms agreement. Change in plans, plus petition from workmen, and battle cruiser Lexington becomes aircraft carrier Lexington. In her time, largest thing afloat. She's launched October 3rd, 1925, and put in command of Captain A.W. Marshall. Crew of New Ocean Queen stands at attention while flag is raised over carrier's deck and nation's newest fighting vessel joins the fleet. On test maneuvers, planes warm up on world's largest seagoing airport as Navy prepares for peacetime test of its fighting wings. It's something new in warfare, and Lady Lexington is equal to terrific task of launching airborne battlecraft from rolling and pitching surface of open seas. Navy brass are watching. Extreme right, Admiral Nimitz. High over deck of ship, planes from her holds fly in beautiful formation, signaling boldly that Lady Lexington's first maneuvers have been success. And then comes war. In shining waters of Coral Sea, Jap kamikazes have pierced the graceful lady's battle armor. Deep in her hull, stores of explosives ignite, blasting out the heart of the fighting queen of the seas. Listing dangerously, sinking fast, she must be abandoned, and before long her blazing remains are lost beneath swirling waters. Her tragic end was not in vain, however, for the fight she fought snagged the Jap advance southeastward from New Guinea. Big blow to Nippon, big step toward tide of American victory.
Those aren't overgrown bat's wings, but here in Brookline, Massachusetts, Boston concert singer Madame Helene Alberti has bravest but battiest idea of 1930. She thinks she can fly. Pardon me, madam, but your propeller's missing, and if you don't mind my saying so, your flaps are down. Well, maybe there was something wrong with the wiggle works in the wings. While Madame Alberti refuels, her trusted and trusting assistant heads into strong wing for stab at soaring. Hey, fella, you're supposed to go this way. While ground crews still work over bomber Alberti, the pursuit ship heads down runway in another attempt to take off. It's that old adage, if at first you don't succeed, fly, fly again. And this time, Madame's protege prefers starting up in air. He flaps his flippers, flies through the air with the greatest of... Oh, pardon me.
Here's diving champion Aileen Riggin in middle 1920s. And here she is on way to title in half-mile swim. Yes, National Outdoor Diving Queen shows she swims with best of them. And even better, aquatic artist Aileen Riggin.
With wife, here's China's Dr. Wellington Koo in somewhat younger days. Peking's minister to United States is proud papa here, solemnly showing off his young son, Hughes Balfour Kato Koo, newest member of one of China's greatest families.
Mrs. Harry Payne Whitney has tea and then gets back to work. New York-born sculptress won world fame with her Aztec fountain and Titanic memorial, which stand in nation's capital. Also did Columbus Memorial, which rises in Palos, Spain. is Florida's east coast in early 1900s. Tropic paradise indeed, but a mostly untamed wasteland of palm groves and unkempt beaches with only an oasis or two of order, where the very rich, the old, or retired spend unhurried lives under the sun. As late as 1910 and on to 1915 and through years of First World War, Florida remains a mere estate of the rich and haven of the old, where there is sparse splendor, little excitement, and no future whatsoever, except for those who are looking for fun, a slow, lazy game of golf, or just practice on the putting greens. There's little nightlife. What there is dancing in hotel dining rooms, quiet, formal evenings in the quiet and solitude of the semi-tropic night. But then it happens. America suddenly wakens to the gold in them thar barren Florida wastelands along Miami's shore. Pathless acres are divided into lots and sold and resold several times a day at ever-mounting prices. Miami, one-time coastal village, is suddenly this teeming metropolis, crowded with people from all over the nation seeking their fortune under the Florida sun. Money's no object, as booming Florida becomes home of fabulous hotels and apartment buildings. State's historic ties with Spain show in its architecture, and it's all thanks to sunshine and seashore and the nation's sudden waking to paradise within its borders. Proud of its sudden rise from poverty to riches, thrilled by its new-won fame as land of freedom, fun, and opportunity, Florida celebrates. Yes, Miami enjoyed its blowout, but then came tragedy, the blow-up of the boom.
Harvard students get ready for musical extravaganza, Westward Ho, 1921 edition of the Harvard Hasty Pudding Show. Beautiful biceps and all, this chorus cutie is all set for a stunning and startling transformation. Lovely, isn't he? You'd never know he was all-America material if it weren't for the pipe. Girls take rest from rigors of rehearsal as Osgood Hooker of Harvard does a fandango worthy of a chorine from the best of finishing schools. How's a man get into this all-girl act? Oh, that's right. They're all mad in the Hasty Pudding Show.
It's all metal. It's 1929, and the ZMC-2, first all-metal dirigible ever built, is eased out of her hangar for maiden flight. Big Ship, constructed by Detroit Aircraft Corporation of Grosse Pointe, Michigan, is filled with helium. At Airfield, the nation's capital, Navy crew is ready in gondola to take her up. And up she goes. Small compared with other dirigibles of her time, ZMC-2 carries crew of 4, makes speed of 62 miles an hour, and even though she's all metal, she sure flies.
Off for Hawaii in the early 1920s. Travel togs of the time mean white trousers and dark coats for men, high hem and low hip lines for girls. Bobbed hair is much in evidence, and any tea time you could see cloche hats. Also notice the lack of pads and shoulders of those dresses. And there are your men in light trousers and dark jackets again. Fashionable sport of the ocean-going vacationist was the kiddie car race. Good for the development of sea legs, no doubt. And for the girls, it was shuffleboard, of course. Game was longer than the skirts. Bathing suits for men were two-piece affairs. Tops as well as trunks, even if you looked like Tarzan. Fluffy chiffon was just the thing for the more formal wear of evening. At ship's dance, short skirts far outnumber lengthy ones, brave hints of the trends to come.
It's June 13th, 1931, and in Ebbets Field, Brooklyn, Madison High School 9 gets good word from Dazzy Vance of Dodgers. Boys play against Textile High for PSAL baseball crown. But as warm-up, Al Schacht, Clown Prince of Baseball, and Nick Altrock give performance of their own. Both members of Washington Senators for several seasons, Schacht and Altrock panic crowd gathered to witness their antics in a ball game between two of the hottest diamond aggregations in public school athletic league. Even at the end of their careers, Schacht and Altrock were better ball players than boxers. The fighter who receives one of those misses kisses the fight goodbye. Watch now as Altrock, the dirty fighter, fouls the clean-hitting Schacht. Throw the bum out! Throw them both out. Game time. There's the sharp bounding ball to the pitcher. The throw at first, and he's out. That's one down, and the next Madison batter hits one past the infield. As he crossed first, there's an error on the throw-in, and the runner on second streaks for third. He's safe. Another hit for Madison, and two men score. But when the final tally is counted, the score is Madison 2, Textile High School 10.